Okay, to start with, can you confirm once again the original idea of your research? Yeah. What do you really want to find out in your research? You want to know how, not how, but you want to know whether Wattpad is good for teaching reading comprehension. Right. Now the thing is that, I mean, I want to start from your reference. Many, or maybe perhaps majority of your references here are all references. Yeah. Look at this. For example, you use, yeah, 2010, 2005, 2002, things like that, you know. And also in particularly in your introduction, you need to argue using the current or at least the latest, if not the latest, but the new reference, because because you are talking about technology. Technology is very fast changing, yeah. So that's why there will be so many current references that are related to your idea. I believe that research on Wattpad already many available online, so that it is not difficult to find. When you talk about revolution, for example, industry, ya bukan revolution Anda. So industrial revolution 4.0, jadi bukan hanya revolusi 4.0 ya, but it is industrial revolution. Yeah. 4.0, you know, this issue is very current. Perhaps it's really a booming topic, yeah, about 5 years or even newer than, yeah, more recent, yeah, than 5 years. So there are so many, I believe, references that you have to use, yeah. Because once again, because your topic is about technology. Okay, now your research is pre-experimental. So the research question, the typical of research question, I have already explained many times, yeah, that the research question should not be like this, yeah? Because when you are doing experimental research, you should, the question should be, gimana? You cannot say how can, yeah, but how is, or you remove how, because the word research question how, you need to explain. Meanwhile, here you just need to ask yes no question. Kan is Wattpad application effective? Ya. Kalau how can itu usually it is classroom action research, because in classroom action research we want to know how you use the Wattpad application. So it emphasizes more on the process of how you are using that application. But in pre-experimental research, you want to prove, yeah, whether this application is good or bad, is useful or not, is effective, yeah, or not effective. So the question should be, is the Wattpad application effective in reading, in teaching, in teaching reading, yeah, in teaching reading narrative text? And then the second question is kind of the follow-up question, the follow-up question of number one. So if it is effective, so how big is the effect size? That's these are the typical question in experimental research design. Now, research purpose should follow, yeah, the research question. Research significance, I skipped that one. Research should be now, if you are doing experimental research, you need to have more section here. The first one, I mean, the additional one, I mean, actually not the additional, but it is actually the main things. You miss a few things here. The first one is hypothesis, because the purpose of experimental research is to test the hypothesis. So you need to write your hypothesis. So no hypothesis and alternative hypothesis. And also you need to explain the the variables, yeah, dependent and independent variables in your research. Now after that, you then present the research terminology. So once again, I already talked many times, research terminology should be simple and practical, not like the big explanation like this. Yeah. Reading comprehension, for example. What is reading comprehension in your research? So perhaps reading comprehension, you just said, for example, is one of English skills, ya, being taught in SMP berapa, gitu aja. Jadi reading comprehension is one of the material, in in SMP, ya. Karena yang mau kita jelaskan itu, ini kan terminologi. Kalau menjelaskan misalkan, reading comprehension refer to the capacity or the capability to read, analyze, comprehend literature, blah, blah, blah. This is not terminology definition. This is, if you say that like this, it means that you are explaining reading comprehension according to the theory. So it is different. Yeah? What we mean here, terminology meaning that the key terms or keywords or key terms that you use in your research. Why you have this terminology? Because in SMP, for example, there are many skills being taught, yeah, in the classroom. There are, for example, speaking, writing, listening, things like that. So this reading comprehension is just one section or one skill that are topical or common for. If you want to explain, yeah, perhaps you can explain, but in terms of how reading comprehension appear in the classroom. Like, for example, using curriculum berapa K13, for example, like that. So there is no particular reading comprehension section, but the material, for example, is delivered using the topics, but inside there is reading comprehension skill need to be emphasized, or things like that. So once again, the terminology that appear in this section should be the specific definition. Now, on Wattpad, also try to make it very simple definition. For example, what is Wattpad? If I ask you, and you need to give me a very quick answer. So what is at Wattpad? Hmm? Ebook application. So the application to read an ebook, something like that. Well, yeah. So what is the specific feature of Wattpad is different from PDF viewer, for example? In the website, you can about the library to collect the book, recommendation to sharing the opinion or to giving recommend about the other story and story mental you can hear like story. Now, because your research is about reading comprehension, yeah. So what had features are very strongly related to help student in reading? The page picture. I mean, the page? What do you mean? Ada halaman khusus untuk apa? Ada halaman membaca, ada halaman ini, lalu ada lagi ini. No, I mean like this, you know, you are going to use this to help, yeah, student improving their reading comprehension skills. Now, which unique feature do you think that Wattpad has that's very good for helping someone who are learning how to read better? I think the library. Why do you think that library is good for? And then we can summarize it and by we can that we okay, so you need to explain here in that terms, yeah, in the definition. So once again, Wattpad is an application for reading ebook, for example, like that. So then you add more explanation that you believe that section of or that features that Wattpad has is useful for improving reading or helping reading, something like that. Okay, now chapter 2, literature review. You know, I also have many times, yeah, say that if you are doing experimental research, if you are doing classroom action research, so your research is about teaching, yeah? Because in experimental research mean that you are teaching English using a unique or specific certain things, certain media or certain technique, something like that. So the focus of the research is teaching, not not like this. For example, reading comprehension. Reading comprehension is a very broad topic. You can bring, I mean, it can be, you know, anything because reading comprehension is for any language. So that's why we need to start your literature review with a unique uh, or specific topic. Yeah. Now your research is about teaching English. So then you need to talk uh, uh, this topic directly. Yeah, so the 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 first subtopic, yeah, I think, is teaching reading comprehension or teaching reading comprehension in EFL context, something like that. I forgot to bring my script C when I did my, chapter. I already prepared everything. I want to show that my writing in the introduction. So, uh, I mean, we try to situate, yeah, to bring the context, yeah, that our context is foreign language or second language, Finnish language. So it's not like a very broad definition. Look at this, for example, reading is one of language skills that have various definitions, such as reading is one of the general language skills, a component, reading, communication. Reading is an active, but you didn't actually define what you mean by reading. Reading defined as active cognitive process, active cognitive process of interacting with print and monitoring comprehension to establish meaning. So that definition is very broad definition that applies to reading in our mother tongue language. Yeah. In Indonesia, that definition can also be applied. Meanwhile, what we mean by reading comprehension in your scripture, your research is not that. Yeah. We, we, you know, we actually focus more on learning language. Kita kan belajar bahasa Inggris, ya. Salah satunya ya skill berbahasa. Jadi tantangan kita itu bukan sekedar cognitive process, ya. Really so many things happening, ya. Terutama bahasa itu sendiri, ya, linguistic problem, linguistic barrier. So, kalau kita mendefinisikan seperti itu, berarti kan kita nggak punya vocabulary barrier misalnya, ya, bahasa sudah ada di kotak kita, atau um, apa flows of ideas itu we don't have difficulties on that one. So what we just perhaps the difficult things is really to cover, yeah, the ideas in the text to understand quickly and so on like that. So when you start your discussion here, starting from, teaching reading comprehension, so then uh, your discussion is about teaching. Coba tadi itu kan judul kamu itu kan menggunakan website untuk mengajar reading comprehension in narrative text. Itu kan benar-benar judulnya itu bagaimana menggunakan website untuk mengajar reading kan gitu. Ide utamanya tuh itu gitu. So oleh karena itu yang pertama harus dibahas itu adalah teaching reading comprehension. We talk about teaching in general boleh, tetapi hanya sekedar mungkin memulai bahasa saja, tapi cepat-cepat dibawa ke teaching English as foreign language. Cepat-cepat kita, karena mengajar secara umum dengan mengajar bahasa itu different. Nah, this one, ya, you need to start from teaching reading comprehension in ESL or EFL. Nah, oleh karena itu, sekali lagi ini referensinya tua sekali, ya. Pokoknya tidak boleh lagi menggunakan yang segini, tahun-tahun gini. Karena banyak sekali buku yang sudah tahun 2000. Harusnya kamu di atas 2010 lah referensinya itu baru baru bisa ya. There are so many ya. Nunan misalkan, coba Nunannya apa? Coba let me check. Nah, Nunan, do you know what the title of Nunan? You don't know. From figures that you can quickly come to Nunan. Do you have Nunan here? Mana referensinya? Nggak ada kan? Nggak ada. David Nunan itu memang terkenal di itu buku dia adalah tentang siswi. Ini saya harusnya cerita tentang siswi. David Nunan ya biasa juga dia me, tapi yang paling banyak bukunya adalah teaching English. Teori-teori tentang teaching English. Nah, tapi maksud saya Nunan Nunan 91 itu sudah sangat lama. Dia punya buku yang paling karam ya, Nunan. Dan tahun 2000-an ke sini 2010 ke atas tuh banyak buku dia. Ada beberapa. So you can, I mean, instead of taking the very old one, you need to have the more current. Oke, back to this. Jadi harus teaching reading comprehension. Ulang ternyata ya. Kemudian di dalamnya you mau bicara tentang reading comprehension, silakan. Karena Anda menilai apa? Anda mengajarkan reading comprehension. So you want to talk more detail about reading comprehension. I think it is okay. But what we need to focus on is about reading comprehension is actually the skill of reading comprehension. Ini apa? Skillnya tidak ada. Yang kamu jelaskan justru malah readingnya itu sendiri, kan? Makanya ada decoding, encoding, sebagainya. Jadi itu sebenarnya di luar riset Anda. Yang riset Anda ya reading comprehension. Skillnya apa coba? Do you know something? Kira-kira skill apa saja yang diperlukan untuk understand? Apa kira-kira? Ya kan minimal ya main idea kan, kemampuan menemukan main idea, kemampuan menemukan details, kemampuan memahami misalkan difficult vocabulary in context, reference, inference dan sebagainya itu yang reading comprehension skill. Dan kalau kita ingin menguji seseorang bagaimana kemampuan comprehensionnya, ya yang kita uji itu yang tadi yang saya sebut itu. Nah, di sini kamu malah bicara masalah jenis-jenis teks. Kemudian ini apa lagi nih? Reading comprehension, we talks about decoding, encoding, apa nih, discourse, syntactic, reading aspect, effectiveness, type of reading, ya. Ada skillnya sama sekali. Kemudian selanjutnya, ini kamu bicara masalah naratif teks. Ya, seharusnya bukan naratif teks terlebih dahulu. Naratif teks itu sebenarnya bukan menjadi keyword di riset Anda. Karena kalau namanya comprehension skill, itu kan skillnya sama saja. Mau baca naratif, mau membaca argumentatif, atau report text, atau prosedur text, kan sama. Jadi reading itu proses sama, kecuali kalau kamu mengajar writing. mengajar writing, naratif ya harus dijelaskan memang seperti apa bedanya antara naratif dengan misalkan apa deskriptif teks itu beda. Tetapi kalau memahaminya skillnya sama, tetap nah, main idenya apa kan, detailnya apa, vocabulary-nya apa dan lain sebagainya. So narrative text, I mean the section narrative text actually as an additional, ini additional section. It can be there or you can include this or you can remove this, not big deal. But what more important is that we're talking about website application. Nah, di sini kamu letakkan paling akhir, ya kan? Salah, jadi harusnya dinaikkan ke atas. Karena website itu bagian daripada teaching media, gitu kan? Kamu kan tadi bicara teaching. Bagian kedua adalah teaching media. Nah, in your case, you are using website, ya, website application. Now, what you need to do with website, you you need to talk about the features, ya, fitur-fitur website itu apa, terutama yang hubungannya dengan tadi itu yang saya bilang, ya reading comprehension itu. Kita kan tentunya punya alasan, kenapa kita menggunakan website. Kalau misalkan website itu sebenarnya diciptakan, dibuat oleh pembuatnya itu the creator of that application. Sebenarnya yang pembuat ini tidak ada, maksudnya tidak ada diperuntukkan untuk reading sama sekali sebenarnya misalkan ya. Tiba-tiba kita menggunakannya untuk reading. Nah itu kan agak sebenarnya ada gap antara fitur website dengan mengajar reading comprehension. Nah, oleh karena itu, you have to explain, at least you have to review, to bring about, memunculkan, ya, uh, the feat, the features of WordPad that are useful for helping someone's reading. Nah, itu kan harus dikaitkan dengan reading comprehension skill tadi. Misalkan, kenapa website itu kok bisa atau useful untuk menolong siswa yang sedang mencari main idea. Ada nggak kira-kira fitur itu yang membuat orang yang belajar menggunakan website itu dia cari main idenya lebih mudah, atau cari vocabulary-nya jadi lebih gampang dan sebagainya. Nah, that's the features. That's the very important things that you need to include in your section here. Ya. Jangan bicara masalah sejarah website, gitu ya, siapa yang membuat dan sebagainya. Ya itu disebut pun bolehlah, tapi kan nggak usah. Bukan itu fokus kita ya. Fokus kita adalah how we use it. Nah, yang kedua yang harus dibahas adalah itu tadi penggunaannya orang-orang yang sudah menggunakan website. You said already, yeah, in your presentation, and I thought, I saw here, I read here also a few references that we talk about someone who are already using website. Nah, itu harusnya di bagian terakhir dari section website. You are reviewing few research project or study that already use WordPad. Dan saya sangat yakin banyak sekali ya WordPad for reading. Cari aja. Tapi ini anehnya kok semuanya tahun 2018. Walaupun ya lumayan lah. Sudah ada agak keren ya. Jadi kalau bisa yang 2020 kan, 2021 gitu ya. Banyak pasti aja. Ya. cari di Google Scholar, website for reading, teaching reading, because website I think is something that really not not really new, but it's still new the topic. So then I believe that there are some people still using it for teaching English. Now, procedure of website application maksudnya apa nih? How to create an account? Is that what you are trying to explain? Nah, ini harusnya fitur lah ya, bukan prosedur. So website features, website atau features of website application. Mau dijelaskan itu ya nggak apa, tapi yang paling utama adalah fiturnya. What's important part of the website? Kalau di sini kamu pisahkan antara fitur dengan prosedur. Ya, harusnya itu satu aja fitur of website. Fiturnya platform writing, reading, free, free and offline. Maksudnya apa tuh? Free, hmm, okay. Alright, that's one. Okay, next methodology. Yang paling pertama adalah research paradigm, research design. Ya, desain itu harusnya menjelaskan tentang your experimental tadi. Design di sini kan pre and post test control. Ini maksudnya apa nih? Kalau pre and post test itu bukan jenis jenis research design, ya. Eksperimental yang sudah saya jelaskan itu kan banyak jenisnya. Kamu ngambil yang mana? Nah, kalau pre jelaskan lah pre eksperimental itu apa? In your methodology. Ya. Nah, ketika kamu menjelaskan apa itu pre-eksperimental dan kenapa menggunakan pre-eksperimental, Anda pasti juga tidak terhindarkan menjelaskan proses, ya, uh, proses riset dengan menggunakan pre-eksperimental. Jadi di riset desain itu Anda menjelaskan definisi dan juga proses. Untuk menjelaskan namanya mendesain berarti kan you explain, you are trying to explain the steps, yeah, that will be done in using this design. Jadi sini bisa desain, ya isinya itu gitu. Nah, di sini nggak begitu jelas ini. Kalau di sini kamu katakan ya, this study employed pre and post test control group in a true experimental design. Di sini kamu bilang tuh mana bisa? Kan kita bilang tidak mungkin kita itu menggunakan tool eksperimental dalam dunia manusia. Sangat sulit ya. Apalagi ini ya. This study looks they have their validity statement bla 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 which are used to determine the position effective kingdom. Nggak paham saya seperti apa jadi. So please, once again, you have to fix this and you have to, if you said that you are using pre-eksperimental, kalau di prodi kita yang paling sering ya memang pre-eksperimental. Tapi masih ada juga yang menggunakan kuasi. Tapi tidak ada yang di luar itu. Kalau pre-eksperimental pasti tidak bisa karena kita memiliki banyak kekurangan untuk bisa melakukan true eksperimental. Ya, pasti akan dirubah pada saat seminar nanti pasti dirubah. Karena tidak bisa. So if once again, if you are choosing apa eksperimental, pre-eksperimental, ya itulah yang harus dijelaskan. Kemudian population and sample. Ini apa maksudnya? Why you put here and there, ya? Alright. Sample collection, sample, dua kelas gitu sampelnya. Ini masih tahu nggak? Ini gimana nih? Population 20, sampel 20. Populasi itu harusnya populasi sekarang itu kita nyebutnya kan seperti ini. Langsung aja sampelnya gitu aja, sampelnya kelas ini dan kelas itu. Gitu aja. Berapa jumlah siswanya? Populasi jangan disebut lagi. Kalau populasi yang di atas itu tadi kan ada berapa kelas? 4 kelas. Kan? Jadi kurang lebih ini 80. Ini kalau 83 ya. Jadi populasi 83, sampelnya 40. Jadi dua kelas. Kalau dua kelas biasanya itu kuasi. Tadi kamu bilang pre-eksperimental. Kalau pre-eksperimental itu satu kelas saja. Kalau dua itu berarti kuasi. Kuasi atau kuasa eksperimental. Oke, kemudian lanjut instrument of research. Harusnya bukan instrument of research, yaitu data collection. Harusnya kita bicara tentang data collection. Di dalamnya ada instrumen, gitu. Tapi harusnya kita bicaranya tidak hanya instrumen. Variabel di sini harusnya yang tadi di chapter 1 kamu sudah bicara tentang variabel. Ya. Nah, validity instrumen itu kan kamu bicara variabel habis itu validity. Mengganggu kan validity itu bukan tentang variabel. Validity itu tentang data collection. Jadi harusnya kamu bicara tentang data collection. Di dalamnya ada instrumen ya atau tools of data collection. Ketika menjelaskan tools of data collection, you bicara tentang validity dan reliability. Karena validity, reliability is related to the instrument or the tools that you are going to use in your research. So you are doing validation and reliability tests because you want to secure that your data or tools of data collection is applicable or acceptable. Data collection technique, nah ini lain lagi, jadi jungkit balik. Ini, oh, ini paling atas atau dibuang aja ini, ya. Kan cukup mengatakan membahas data collection itu saja. Nah di data collection Anda tidak boleh bicara tentang pre-test, post-test, treatment. Itu harusnya di research design tadi. Di research design Anda menjelaskan tentang proses riset. Proses risetnya yaitu pre-test, treatment, post-test. Kalau di data collection, Anda berbicara tentang bagaimana melakukan data collection dan instrumennya apa. Itu dua itu aja. Nah, ketika instrumennya apa, Anda harus bicara tentang validity dan reliability of your test. Nah, di sini belum ada data analisis. Oh, ini ada data analisis. Anda menggunakan apa itu tidak perlu disebut, ya. Karena bukan itu yang penjelasan. Yang penjelasan itu how you are going to analyze the data. Nah, rumus apa yang digunakan? Kalau kalau SPSS itu kan ini apa alat yang bantu kita ngitung. Alat itu tidak menjelaskan apapun. Ya. Misalkan kalau Anda menggunakan pre-experimental, maka data analisisnya itu akan berbeda jika Anda menggunakan kuasi. Akan benar-benar jauh berbeda kalau Anda menggunakan true eksperimental. Jadi semua formula, kronologi, urutan, dan sebagainya itu akan berbeda jika Anda menggunakan desain yang berbeda. Nah, yang penjelasannya di sini harus sesuai dengan jenis riset yang Anda gunakan. Yang di atas itu kan belum jelas. Kayaknya susah saya mau mengarahkan kemana. Oh. Jadi itu ya, jadi data collection ini harusnya disesuaikan dengan data dengan riset desain. Oke, nah itu penting sekali di sini belum bisa ya. Kemudian referensi uh, harus menggunakan apa IPA ya, harus menggunakan IPA. Jadi harus disesuaikan. Baik, saya kira itu ya. Ini memang harus agak lewat ini karena banyak yang mau dijawab. Ada pertanyaan? Cukup? Cukup ya. Alright, so I think that's it for the meeting.